Some heroes are born, possessing natural gifts that lift them above the ordinary. Some heroes are made. Their strength is the result of hardship and toil. Some heroes live for adventure, confronting terrible dangers, in pursuit of riches and fame. While others fight to protect those who cannot defend themselves. But some heroes have more unlikely origins. This is the story of one such hero. This is your story.
Come here, lassie. I need to talk to you. I need to talk to you about something very important, lassie. I had a dream, a vision. The world was on fire. All of Gielinor was consumed in flames. When I awoke, I knew I had to come and get you. You're special, lassie. You have talents and abilities beyond those of ordinary folk. Gielinor needs heroes, now more than ever. That's why you have to come with me to the mainland. Once we're there, I'll guide you to places where you can put your talents to use. But before we set off, we'll need to prepare you for the journey ahead. You're going to need some food and a decent sword for a start. That rusty old blade of yours wouldn't cut a loaf of bread. Godric's the name. Bane of the Baneful and Defender of the Defenceless. Proud member of the Society of Intrepid Adventurers and 3-time winner of the Beard of the Year award. You take a knock to the head or something? We're in Ashdale, far from the shores of the mainland. Where else would we be? We need to prepare you for the journey to the mainland. Our destination is the harbour, but first we need to get you some food, and that means heading down to the fishing spot. Right you are, lassie. Wait. Do you hear that? Sarah Doman's beard. Kill it! What in the name of Armadale's eyebrows was that about? I've never known something like that to happen in Ashdale before. Wait a minute. Did you hear that? Well done, lassie. You fought bravely. The question is, where did those creatures come from? I've never seen anything like it in Ashdale before. Something is wrong. Very wrong. I'm not as young as I used to be, lassie. If there's danger coming, the task of protecting Ashdale will have to fall to you. Anyway, let's press on. For now, we'll stick with the plan of preparing you for the journey to the mainland. But we should keep an eye out for anything unusual.
Sarah Doman's blessings upon you, my friend. Well, I was about to do a spot of fishing. Then I heard what sounded like fighting. Is everything all right? Zombies? In Ashdale? I've never heard anything like it. Was anyone harmed? You came to the rescue, eh? I might have known. You always did strike me as the courageous type. Still, I've never known something like that to happen in Ashdale. Let's hope it's not a sign of worse to come. Well, since it was founded, Ashdale has become something of a refuge, a place for people who want some peace and quiet. Let's hope it stays that way. A Saradomin is one of the beings who first brought life into Gielinor. Most of us who live in Ashdale have taken Saradomin as our patron. He stands for truth, justice, and above all, order. Saradomin, watch over you, my friend.
Hello there. Diggory Popplewell, at your service. I must say, you're looking very well, my friend. Very well indeed. Oh, yes, and why not? The sun is shining, the air is sweet, and the sea is as blue as a maiden's eyes. A fine time to be alive, wouldn't you say? Zombies? You certainly have a vivid imagination, my friend. Everyone knows you don't get things like that in Ashdale. What am I doing? Not very much. Doing things is very bad for your health, you know. That's why I make it a policy to do as little as possible. Oh, pay no attention to old Ned. I know he can be a bit prickly, but he's not a bad fella, really. He just gets a little riled up sometimes. Goodbye, my friend. What do you want?
You may think you're some kind of warrior, wandering around with that sword of yours, but you don't fool me.
Zombies? Don't be ridiculous. There's never been anything like that in Ashdale, and there never will be.
I'm catching fairies with an invisible net. What does it look like I'm doing? I'm sitting here by the fire and trying to enjoy some peace and quiet. Don't play the fool with me, young miss. You know full well who I am. There's only one Ned Swarbrick on this island, and that's me. My family has been in Ashdale since the very beginning, and don't you forget it. Ah!
Greetings, child. What brings you to my humble home? Magda is my name. Magda the Mystic, as some call me. I see things others cannot. And I see much potential in you, my child. This ruin has been my home for many years. No doubt it seems basic to you, but it serves me well. Ashdale was built over 400 years ago, which is a small span compared with some of Gielinor's more ancient settlements. Goodbye, my child.
Okay. Hello there.
Hello? Hello? Hello, young'un. Want to use the furnace? Help yourself. Want to use my anvil? Hello, young'un. Help yourself.
Hello, Pumpkinhead. Not bad. Better than your usual comebacks, anyway. You mean, did I hear about the most interesting thing to happen in Ashdale for over 100 years? Yes, I think I might have heard something about it. Do you know what's going on? Well, whatever it is, I hope it's nothing too dangerous. I know I always complain about this place being boring, but I prefer the dead to stay below ground, if possible. Bye, for now.
Oh, it's you. Oh, it's you.
Right, time to do some fishing. Here's some bait to get you started. Right, let's go and cook those fish. Right, here we are. Find the fish in your backpack, then use the fire to cook it. Right, here we are. Find the fish in your backpack, then use the fire to cook it. They look nicely cooked to me, but don't eat them now. Keep hold of them until you really need them. Food's the best thing for restoring health, so you should always have a little bit with you in case you get into a fight. Now, let's get started on your new sword. That rusty old blade of yours isn't going to last much longer. Well, what have we here? Give it a poke, will you? Just to make sure it's dead. Sarah Doman's beard. Never in all my days have I seen anything like that. Whatever is happening here, it's more serious than I thought. Looks like you're going to need a new sword, lassie. Your old one is beyond repair. Let's head to the quarry so we can get the ore you need. You're going to need some tin and some copper. Off you go.
Good to see you.
Good, you've got everything you need. Let's head over to the smithy. Right, the first thing to do is use the furnace to make a bronze bar.
Hello, young'un.
Well, look at that. That's a fine blade, lassie. Now all you need to do is equip it. Wait a minute. Did you hear that? Let's go.
I'm glad you're here. Something weird is happening inside the church. I don't know. There was a sound, sort of like a thunderclap, and then the sky went all strange. It seems to be focused on the church. You're going in there? I always said you were 2 sandwiches short of a picnic. Just be careful, okay? Good luck.
Let's get
It is useless to resist.
Well, that was a fight to remember. You fought bravely, lassie, and you did me proud. I'm sure the townspeople will want to thank you for what you've done. Meet me at the harbour when you're ready to set off for the mainland.
Well done, my friend. You showed true courage. I'm sure. It just goes to show that underestimating your enemy can be deadly. I hope you never make the same mistake.
3 cheers for the hero of Ashdale! Yes, indeed. After all, you saved us from that awful witch. I must admit, I never thought anything like that would happen here, but I'm glad you were on hand to help, my friend. Well, yes, and why not? The sun is shining, the air is sweet, and everyone is safe and sound, thanks to you. Goodbye, my friend.
Looks like you saved the day. Haha, good one. So, what's next for the hero of Ashdale? Oh, so you're leaving us? What a relief! You know I'm only joking. Truth is, I'll miss you. It won't be the same without you around. Some people are born for greatness, Pumpkinhead. The rest of us have to play the hand we're dealt. For you, the future lies over the sea, far from Ashdale. But I'll always be here if you want to come and visit. Bye, for now.
The sea is a cruel mistress. This boat will take us to the mainland. Just use the gangplank to climb aboard. All right, lassie, fire away. She was an evil necromancer who terrorized Gielinor during the Fourth Age. She died hundreds of years ago, but someone must have brought her back. As for why she came here, I think it might have something to do with the fact that I sort of plundered her tomb back in my adventuring days. Hey, don't look at me like that. How was I to know she'd come back from the dead? It happened years ago. I was exploring the Caridian desert and accidentally disturbed the Calphite hive. Vicious wee blighters, those Calphites. They swarmed me, and, well, you can see the result for yourself. It makes opening jars a challenge, I can tell you that. We've defeated Morwen of the Cruel and equipped you for the journey ahead. All that's left to do is board the boat for the mainland. Just climb aboard the boat. I'll be right behind you. This is Tavern, the westernmost province of the Kingdom of Asgardia. My house is just a short way from here. Let's go. Well, I'm glad that's over. I never did care for sea travel. I'm away home now, lassie, but feel free to visit whenever you like.